Alrighty, so we are going right into it. We're going to try and keep the downtime to a minimum here today, guys. I know Twitch chat abhors downtime and all the rest, so the less overtalk, the better as far as we're concerned. Getting into the next map here, C9 versus Rise. Rise striking first blood on Nepal. C9 looking to reverse their fortunes here on Hollywood.
Well, Hollywood was a map that we would generally favor Cloud9 on, if it was the old Cloud9. I just, someone run Symmetra for me, please. Maybe when she gets changed, we'll see Symmetra again. I love me some Sim, but that used to be the old Cloud9 strategy. Symmetra falling out of favor on defensive hybrid maps, much more in favor of perhaps a Mei or a more solid support. Ana and Mei have taken over Symmetra's role there, because if you don't die, you don't need a teleporter. I get it, but it looks like they're going to be running pretty standard looking Hollywood defense here with the Mei, the Ana, and everything around that as well. So 2-2-2 coming up for the Cloud9 defense.
And I would say interesting stuff for C9 2-2-2. We have seen a lot of teams go, actually, we're not going to run 2 DPS characters. We're just going to run even more standard, more safe with 3 tanks, 2 supports, 1 DPS. And Mei, of course, she's an interesting case where she's part DPS, part tank, part sort of a unique character in terms of the sense that she can do a lot of damage and clearly influence a fight in a huge way, but she definitely has tank aspects to her too in terms of both her own survivability and her ability to control the fight, which you look at what heroes like Reinhardt do, you know, sort of into the realm of that, even though not quite. So it's just cool to see her get more play, no pun intended.
Totally intended. Yeah, but like XRC is gonna run this Hanzo, and it still does surprise me that you're running a Hanzo without a Roadhog. I always thought that was kind of the thing, but people are more happy to try to get those picks. I think the Sonic Arrow into Hook combination did, pay dividends for a lot of team, but they're choosing to go with a couple more standard tanks, 2-2-2 on the offense as well.
I think for them, they have confidence that XRC is going to be able to find someone here, and oh my goodness, he had a beautiful opportunity to get Surefour, ends up wasting it. Surefour wasn't even really moving there. No. So that's unfortunate from XRC. That could have been absolutely huge to take out Surefour that early, but now the jig is up. He's going to have to back up a little bit as the rest of his team right now trying to go in from the front. Very mixed success. Mendo doing a good job of controlling things here in the Mei, and C9 bending, not breaking. Nano Boost going to be coming out early, but the backline getting devastated as it goes in, and even a good sleep to stop Desro in his tracks. So
beautiful sleep right into Earthshatter to make sure that they're able to clean this up. They get a couple kills there. That was a phenomenal sleep dart, beautifully executed, and that's how you know a team is good on comms, and that was a big question I had for this team. Are they talking enough? If you get a sleep dart on someone and they're not woken up, someone's talking, right? And they've communicated that well enough, and I think that will only get better as this team moves through the tournament.
So for C9, what do they get here because they won that first fight? They're going to have a Blizzard up in a moment. They're going to have Sound Barrier and Graviton. They have a big ult advantage where Rise right now will have a big trouble actually getting through this, because here's what's going to happen. Mendo's going to separate out Desro here, has Blizzard if it's necessary. And Spirit, even though he's coming in the Ferret, this is going to be rough. Sound Barrier being matched up here in Surefour right now, ready to drop in from the back. Gonna move in, follow up on the Earth Shatter. 4 quick kills here from C9, so nothing too crazy there, just good, solid mechanical play coming out.
Yeah, but maybe a little bit of overkill there as they Gravitoned into Earthshatter into Blizzard, and those are all amazing ultimates that they just burned on one set of targets, so they are going to have a decent advantage on the offense here, as you can check by the charts above. They're going to have 3 to 4 ultimates to 0 here, a successful junk rush if that's what they were going for from Rise Nation.
This is Rise's opportunity here. They need to get the Graviton into Dragon Strike. Ooh. There's a Graviton. Dragon Strike coming out. Will set up for at least 1 kill. So 65 here for Rise. But Surefour coming from the back has Death Blossom. Moving in from the back. Ends up taking up 2. It's going to end at 2. Will Mendo and Adam be able to pull it forward? And Spirit doing his best to say, no, we're not actually going to get held by a Mei and her Lucio.
Yeah, one of the best heroes in those kind of scrappy 3v3s and 2v2s is Pharah, because you just don't have to fight at the same level, literally and figuratively. Up above, just raining damage, hard for non-hit scan or range characters to deal with you, and you just untouchable. Here comes the barrage late to try to really lock this out. A little surprised the defense keeps melting onto this, but maybe Surefour can bring it back on a boosted Reaper.
Anytime you have Nano Boost into a Reaper, there's always hope. Yeah. That's one thing that I think people should have learned over the last few weeks of Overwatch play, but the Earth Shatter coming in from Desro, as Rise just saying, look, this is our point, get off. Mendo, though, still alive over the top.
A lot of time.
Will get taken out by that Ana, and it's definitely all the momentum in the world in favor of Rise, but not bad on C9 to get a little bit of extra stall there.
Yeah, I don't really mind trickling on to first point Hollywood anymore, because where you're really going to hold, there's not teams that can successfully hold first roof anymore, and unless you just really lose first that badly. So a lot of first roofs aren't being held, high ground not as prioritized as it used to be, so you're able to get back in position even trickling onto first, and it does buy those valuable seconds.
Well, speaking of combos coming up here, Xretzi does have Dragon Strike, but there is no offensive Zarya anymore, so he's not going to get that free setup for his Dragon Strike, enough to use it more for zoning. And take a look at the defense. So they have Graviton set up right now. Earthshot gonna come in, knocking down 2. And here comes Surefour off the Death Blossom and Nano Boost. Takes down 2, looking for the 3rd. It's gonna be a full wipe here for C9, but the Resurrection is out. The fight not over yet. Mendo, though, over the top, coming in as Pharah, taking down 2 before going down himself. And C9, res or no res, looking like they're still going to control this fight.
Maybe. Here comes the barrage over top
on,
from
Spirits.
Yeah.
Spirit making it interesting towards the end.
It's just the Reinhardt and the Mercy on this card. Wolf is behind, actually. No, not the Mercy, the Ana. Ana Mercy. So Rib has all the protection he needs, uses it to take out the Hanzo, but they are making progress here. Like I mentioned, it's so important to get this through the bend. Like the very first place where the limo's pushing is absolutely brutal for the offense. If they can just get it like halfway through, they have more options as far as their next engagements come.
It is pretty brutal, and you take a look at the defense right now, they are at least able to restabilize. They will have a Nano Boost up. Both teams are going to have the Nano Boost up, so it's going to be Nano Boost v Nano Boost. Not a whole lot else, but Surefour once more in the back line, takes down Mercy early. There will not be a res in this fight, putting McCree under all sorts of pressure, ends up getting the double, and now he's coming back to the pack. But Ana, Locke doing a really good job of suppressing Surefour and forcing him out.
Spirit with a 3K here takes down a lot of important elements of this Cloud9 team as they try to push forward. Mendo trying to do his own Pharah work as well as they push forward, but Locke is going to be near the cart. There is Surefour still alive, pops up from a siesta as he tries to get back in. Kai takes down Midnight, and it looks like it's going to stall out and stabilize yet again despite the bloodbath.
And you take a look at C9. C9 comes out ahead in the bloodbath because they're going to have an ult advantage going to the next fight, and there's only less than a minute left here, so Rise absolutely backs against the wall right now. They're going to have to win this fight, down ults, down a lot of momentum. I'm not sure it's going to be possible, and Surefour right now is looking for the kill shot. He's coming in off the back. They don't realize he's here. If he can just speed boost it, or here comes the Graviton. Surefour coming to the back, just casually walks up, goes for the Death Blossom, doesn't get quite as much as he's looking for, but the res will be bringing up those fallen C9 members. But Baz saying, I can do that too.
It's the good old days where I'm just looking for a Mercy in the kill feed. Do they kill the opposing team's Mercy? Resurrection is out on the side of the defense already. Faz does not have his ready either, and they look like they're cleaning this up on the chase. That should be Cloud9 holding on Hollywood street phase here, so a pretty easy win condition set up for them on the next part of this map.
Mendo right now content to stay up here over the top, and they're not able to get overtime in progress. C9 definitely setting themselves up well here on Hollywood because, as you mentioned, all they have to do is push the payload just a little bit further on their attack, and they will force a map number 3. And some good games here today, Hex.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Wolf looks a little better when he gets to run the Ana. I feel like Ana's a little more suited to his skill set overall, and they looked very good on their Hollywood defense. So Hollywood offense on the way for them. And as you know, Rise Nation just beat them in a control point map. So Cloud9 looking to stay up in groups here and beat Rise Nation here, take a map off them. We'll be going to a map 3 if they are successful.
Alrighty, so take a look here at the defense as it comes out here from the side of Rise Nation, where, again, they're going to have to put on a gem of a defensive setup here. Arguably, the best chance they have of holding is getting that first point hold, but it's easier said than done. I remember there was a point where we were watching Hollywood games where I feel like no team actually had a hold on Hollywood, even just a one fight on Hollywood first point defense for, it felt like
there was
2
that
weeks.
span of like 10 days where you might as well just not have played Hollywood first. It just didn't matter, didn't even come into existence. A little bit different lately, we'll see. And actually, like, you know, where they got it as far as progress-wise, it's about halfway through streets. So a lot of teams, like Streets has been divided into nearly 3 points by now. Very first, middle, and last, because it's been very contentious battles all the way through, which has been kind of a new iteration of Hollywood. Teams not necessarily focusing the high ground and trying to get through. So it's an interesting progress point where they have. I do like that they're still running this Pharah, though. I think Pharah is very good on Hollywood 1, and really there's nothing on the defense that should be able to deal with it successfully.
I'm just glad to see more Pharah, and I agree. You look at the defense here, there's no McCree, there's no Zen, and it was really McCree Zen that was able to stop Pharah from being effective. But if you're not running a McCree, you're not running the Zen, sure, Ana can apply some degree of pressure to the Pharah, but it's definitely going to be more of a playground here.
It's on Locke and Midnight and Retzi to maybe hit a hook. But you'd think, you know, someone with the experience of Mendo is not going to get in a hook range, but range is easily underestimatable, if that's a word. It might not be.
Underestimated. Oh man, bring back the old George Bush vibes. But Mendo right now moving in, laying an early poke, and this is a good poke setup here for C9. They're definitely winning the poke war to start things out. Mendo not overextending. Reaper though coming in from the backline takes down Adam. He's gonna find himself without his mercy, and just like that, Rise Nation has turned the tables. A great pick from Spirit to set things up, and they're gonna move into the C9 front line and go from there. So C9, it was a good start for them, but unfortunately, Spirit kind of ruining their party.
Yeah, no mercy, no surrender, as they got collapsed on after the fact, too. They wanted to get out, but they were too far in, and they know that, like, they were trying to bail on it, and they collapsed. Got 3 more kills on that. A beautiful first hold defense. We are entering the ultimate stage of the game, though, so we'll see which Graviton is better, because both teams have that one up.
Graviton is up for both teams, and Mendo is the X Factor right now. Does have Barrage at the ready. Moving into the backline. Barrage is out. Justice raining from over the top, and a nano boost, no less. Mendo, though, only gained 1 kill off to start things off. The Spirit goes into the backline, has 2 of his own. Gonna force out the res from Adam.
He was really late on it, but did make it work. It is 4v3 right now as this fight continues, but Kai evens that up to 3v3. A nice hit comes in from Short Fork as he tries to take out his opposing number. Retzi, though, does pop his ultimate, able to push back the remnants of this offense as Wolf does finally go out. It remains to be scrappy. Offense with a very small window here. I would not be bothered to see them push the advantage here, as they only have 3 up, but that 3 is stronger than the 3 they have up on defense, although numbers are stabilizing now.
Well, here's the interesting thing here for Rise, is that they have to hold this for 2 minutes, but there is a victory condition in sight. If they can win this next fight somehow, they're going to be in a real position to put C9 on the ropes. But here comes C9. Rib, of course, holding on to the Earth Shatter. Going to drop the Earth Shatter. Doesn't get too much off it. Ends up going to charge. Oh, he finds McCree. Retzi going to get punished. 3 kills coming out here from C9. And they are in a great position right now to get this first point and get the payload moving.
Adam continues his wizardry. I have no idea how he stays alive on his mercy. He's just a pixie in flight, constantly unable to be locked down and killed. They are going to grab this first point. Adam has just been indestructible since the very first time I remember this Google Me roster playing. You just couldn't kill Adam, and that's been an issue, and it remains to be seen how you successfully and consistently kill Adam on his mercy and even his Zenyatta.
Well, continuing the too easy tradition of playing a million different characters, Mendo has swapped up once more. Now on the McCree. Mendo, pretty deep character pool, for better or worse, for the C9 side of things right now, and he's going to be in the McCree. And I think they were actually worried about seeing a defensive Pharah, but that's not in progress here just yet. But, yeah, you know, if you have McCree versus McCree, I definitely trust Mendo with that as well.
Weird place where these fights are always happening on Hollywood. It's like right through first engage, and there goes a couple kills for the defense. Even up though 4v4, sound barrier does come off.
Adam's still alive in this fight, going the Rezo's fallen C9 heroes, and C9, they're going to grit this out. They have a good opportunity to turn this back in their edge right now. Kai holding on to that Graviton. I don't think he's going to use it here just yet. Just very content to shoot Lucio from behind right now. And you take a look at C9. They have a whole lot of ults up for the next fight. Kai will be able to combo with either Death Blossom or Deadeye. Is Surefour able to take down Midnight? So Rise right now, they're not going to be able to wait for a full 6. They just need to get on this point right here, right now, or they are going to lose Hollywood.
Midnight needed to get out of there. He had an exit, and he did not use it. Spirit does come in with the Nana boost, but Surefour has other ideals. Graviton into Death Blossom. That's it. That's Cloud9's map.
C9 will be taking Hollywood here. There's just about no way that Rise can bring it back. So good effort there from C9. Good use of ultimates to secure the fight, or last point. And even though there's a little bit of stall coming in here at the end, it's just not going to be enough.
Walk is too far. We're going to a map number 3. which is King's Row. Going back to Kings.
Gonna end it with one of the classics. I gotta say though, win or lose, this has been just a very entertaining series in general, because not only has Rise been very impressive, you take a look at what we've been seeing out of Spirit, out of Xretzi, and just in general, their support play, Locke with some great Ana showings as well, versus, of course, the veterans in C9, 3 very veteran people on that roster, plus 3 tryouts. It's been interesting to see how these two teams actually match up against each other.
Yeah, it kind of does showcase how Overwatch plays as far as knowing each other and knowing each other how they play, rather than just getting like the 6 best players. Because, like I said, on paper, these are all very, very good players, not necessarily